That's how you fucking start a game.
TJ Weber.
I am him.
Get your ass on the air and let's pick something.
Big Web.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel.
Zach Zook.
Yeah, my pick's a bit shit this year.
Changing it. Oh, he's taking it off. Nick Yale. From the 50.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into this edition of From the 50. We are live from the St. Louis, Missouri studios here on Sunday, Week 11 of the NFL. It's November 17, 2024. Thank you for tuning in here on TikTok and also on YouTube. We got me, TJ Weber, the host, and also you got Big Web and Zook for this Week 11. Only in studio again. Nick Yale out today. Ace out today, I believe. Everybody should be back next week, which will be a real fun show. But you guys can send in your fantasy questions here on TikTok, as I see a lot of people are. And we also have our YouTube chat, which you can go into. I believe we're up to like 226 subscribers, boys. Slowly building that one up. You know, that's the full show. So if you're on TikTok over here, you see our full shot, which we appreciate. I know we got over 100 people. Appreciate you watching here, but if you want to see the full rundown, the full shot, you can go to YouTube as well. It's on webercontent.com, and you click the From the 50 button. Teddy Buckshot sending a bunch of love today. Appreciate it, man. He's saying DJ Moore or Pollard. I don't know. I mean, this is out of the gate. I haven't even registered the start of the show, and we got a good fantasy question here early, boys.
I think I'd go DJ Moore today.
So he's been quiet. Bears offense has been shit, too.
He has been quiet. Tony didn't have the best game last week, though, either. And I don't know. Interim OC, new play caller.
Yeah.
I like the Bears' number one wide receiver today.
Pollard's up against tough defense too in Minnesota, right? Tough run defense.
Yes. Well, is that who the Titans play?
Minnesota, right?
Should play Minnesota.
Titans play the Vikings. Yeah. I thought you meant the Bears at first. The Bears Packers today.
Bears Packers.
That's
Zook,
gonna be fun.
I don't know what it is. I really was thinking about taking the Bears as a dog today because they're desperate. They're desperate. I mean, they suck. They are really bad. Their offense sucks. They finally fire Shane Waldron. All Bears fans were calling for Eberflus's head. They have to come out and show some signs of life today. I don't think they're going to win the game, but I thought about how desperate they are, and I was like, maybe I should take them today against a division foe at Soldier Field, getting 5.5. Like, if it's going to be changed at all this season, it's got to happen against the Packers today.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? I mean, you're a Packers fan, but I'm curious what you think.
Yeah, it's interesting that you bring that up because I'm in a loser pool. Those of you that don't know, you pick a loser every week, a team that you think is going to lose, and then if as long as you're right, you stay in, but you can't pick that team again.
Jesus, I would be awesome in that pool.
Oh, I know, dude. Absolutely.
You can only pick
Me
the Falcons once, though. That's the thing.
Big Web's out. He would not play that game.
Right.
So it's actually pretty hard. So my buddy was asking me, he's like, why didn't you pick the Bears this week? I'm like, well, one, I have a couple of rules. I don't pick home divisional dogs.
And you don't pick the Bears.
And, well, no, I do definitely pick the Bears. But they're a home divisional dog. They just fired their offensive coordinator, Shane Waldron, so they promote Thomas Brown, who is the pass game coordinator, to offensive coordinator. Thomas Brown last year was the offensive coordinator for the Panthers.
Yes, I heard that.
A team that scored 30 points. Now, Joe Barry's defense. But, I think he's going to switch some things up, create some easy completions for Caleb. I don't love the number, even though the Packers have been good off a bye. I think the Packers are going to win. They kind of have to win this game today, I think, because if they drop this game, they go to 0-3 in the division with the Niners on deck next week. Like, the season starts, you start going from 6-2, we're in good shape, to like, shit, like you might not make the playoffs. So
yeah, for sure.
I think today's a big game for them, and they'll come out ready to play. But the Bears are throwing the kitchen sink today. Yeah, I don't love the number. If it's money line, I like them. But for the odds that you're probably going to get it, like 5.5. Didn't it open at like close to a touchdown too?
I thought it was 5.5 is where I originally saw. So the ones that we have on the board are not updated. That's from like Wednesday or Thursday. So it might have gone down more. It's
earlier
5.5
in the
is where
week,
it was.
I think it maybe opened around this, but like a little earlier in the week, a couple days ago, it was like moving towards the Bears more. It was like 6.5 points.
Really?
I think it's 6.5 right now.
Is it 6.5?
Yeah.
I mean, I take them to 7.5 and think about taking them in a couple parlays. But God, the way they played against the Patriots last week, I don't know how you can touch them for at least a little bit, unless you're you're buying. Like I said, they're at the lowest of low. You have to show some signs of life today.
It's an even 6.
Wow.
But here's my thoughts on Chicago. Caleb Williams. I mean, a lot of these sacks that first of all, he's got a shit offensive line and all the chaos going on with the club.
Right.
But this guy, he doesn't get rid of the football. Plus, he doesn't. They don't have the offensive performance so that he can throw one away. So number one, he doesn't know how to throw it away. Number two, if he has some kind of successful running game or some kind of successful anything, then he could waste it down.
Yeah.
But this dude is taking a lot of sacks because he doesn't know when to get rid of the fucking.
He doesn't know when to get rid of it, but his offensive line blows, and they're not protecting him. He's getting destroyed. But you're right, he doesn't know how to get away from people.
There's quarterbacks out there that have played years with shit lines. And they know how to do it, and they know how to work around. And I'm not saying it's not great to have an offensive line.
Right.
Hell, yes, it is. But right now, in his rookie state, this kid doesn't know how to get rid of it. And I don't know how you fix that with a new offensive coordinator a new week.
You make it simple. You got to get rid of the ball quick routes, I guess. I don't know.
I think they'll set up some screens to DJ Moore. They'll probably try to get the run game going with DeAndre Swift. But, yeah, I saw a stat, Big Web, earlier this week where Caleb Williams in college was like 75%, had all these stats against like the rest of their opponents. Against the top 25, whenever he played a ranked opponent, it dropped down to like 50% completion, 175 yards a game, and the touchdown interception ratio was much closer to 1-to-1 than like 3-to-1. If they showed that next to a graphic of Caleb Williams versus the rest of the NFL versus the bottom two NFL defenses, because if you remember, he lit up the Jags, and then he lit up, I forget who else that they played. Was it the Panthers?
There's somebody else that was not
bottom
great.
defense.
And he lit them up. The numbers were like identical to like that college versus the top 25.
He felt comfortable. He got to kind of do what he wanted to do. Like, he's a guy that he's trying to move around the pocket, create something crazy. He's going to go back 20 yards trying to, be the Caleb Williams he was at USC. Problem is, the NFL defensive ends are way faster, and they get to him, and his line sucks. I mean, he's got to learn that, like, you can do that down the road when, number one, you have a better offensive line, and number two, you know how fast these guys are in the NFL. He's not doing that. So I think he's freaking out. Like, he's pissed off. He had a terrible play caller. He doesn't like his head coach. Like, that's what I'm thinking is happening, and he's just kind of like, what are we doing here?
And that's what makes me nervous for the game today is, like, you know how this is. This is the NFL. Every single time, it's like a shitstorm in the media. What are the Bears doing? They're ruining their franchise quarterback. We fired our OC.
Yeah.
Our wide receivers quitting on the quarterback. They want him benched. All this negative press. They want the owners to sell the team.
Always,
Everybody's questioning Kevin Warren. You'll get their best shot today.
Yeah, I agree with that. So that, Bears plus up to 7.5 or something. I don't hate that. Nick says, "Good morning, all. What's going on, Nick?" Teddy Buck says, "Will C.J. Stroud ever get it going? Has he not had it going? I mean, he's
good night last week. He
a lot of
had
injuries
a bad game.
Receiver. Yeah,
2 weeks ago he had a bad game. They all did, but
should have beat the Lions. The Lions played the worst game they played in a long time, and I mean, thank God for Jake Bates. Holy shit! I mean, he barely made those field goals.
Just
But
inside the
instead, a win's a win. I mean, who cares? It's an ugly game. Goff threw 5 interceptions. Probably should have been 3. 2 of them were not his fault, really. But
I think Stroud's got it going. He just needs to get a couple more receivers. You don't think after last week?
No, I mean, how they lost the game. The Lions' offense turned over 5 times.
It was brutal.
They couldn't win.
Yeah,
they needed him to just lead 1 touchdown drive in the second half, and they would have won that game.
I know the Lions' defense isn't spectacular, but they stayed right with the Lions all night. You know what I mean?
No, they were. I mean, without Nico Collins, who I thought was expected to play.
That's the key.
Too.
He's back this week. I think that's the key.
Huge.
To Big Web's point, I think he'll get it rolling now with him back. Even with Diggs on IR, like it's been clear this year. I think that the Diggs that we know and enjoyed watching Sunday in and Sunday out is on the outs. When they had that combination of Nico Collins and Tank Dell down the stretch last season, that's when they really exploded as an offense.
Oh, yeah.
If they just got to do a better job protecting C.J. Stroud. Their offensive line's in shambles, too.
Yeah, for sure. You guys get involved here on TikTok. You can send in your fantasy questions, which a lot of people have. Let's go through some of them. Dave says Goff or Burrow today. I do like the matchup with Burrow against the Chargers.
How do you sit Burrow in fantasy right now?
I know, but the thing is, like, I'm biased. I'm the guy wearing the Lions jersey. Goff, after that performance, he knows they barely got out with a win against the Texans. They're playing against a Jags defense they should rip apart today, rushing and passing wise. I think I would take Goff today as a bounce back spot.
I would too.
Fantasy football it's a math game, right?
Correct.
let me
More
just
points
see.
usually wins you the games. Look.
Let me just see. I just want
See how that math
to
works?
since you're a big golf guy.
Oh, yeah.
Last 2 games for Joe Burrow, 29 fantasy points, 33 fantasy points. Going up against a Chargers team in prime time, which I feel like gives him a little bit of a boost. Jared Goff, obviously coming off the 5 interception game, but he's QB 17 on the season. Last 3 games, let's go back. 15 fantasy points, 8 fantasy points, 7 fantasy points. Yes, Jags at home, but he's going to have limited attempts because they're going to run it down their fucking throat.
They should, but J-Mo, I think, will have a pretty good day. Should have a good day. I
traded his ass.
Did you really?
Yeah.
He was dropped in our league, which was crazy. I almost picked him up, but I got
should've picked
late
him up.
late waiver wire. I missed him by a mile, but that's what sucks about being. So I'm 7-3, which is like everybody's like a game back of each other, and I wasn't even close to getting him, but that would have been huge.
The dads in our league, by the way, they're always up with their kids, so they're like after waivers process, they're like making claims. At
They're
like
locked in
5 in the morning.
I love it. That's dedication there too. They're like, I'm already up. Might as well just
they're just bottles
locking
and
on
waivers,
fantasy.
man.
Yeah. I love it. It's beautiful stuff. Nick says I'm riding the Burrow train while it lasts. I mean, yeah, I get it. I mean, he's been rock solid. More to me, I just think Goff wants to have a day. He's been really good this year overall. So, go back and forth on it, but I like the matchup better.
How many of the 5 picks last week were like tip balls? And
Well,
stuff?
2 of them. I mean, he
2?
had 3 real bad interceptions, and I think there were 2 that were pretty shitty.
Ball's coming out of his hand weird.
Lately, it wasn't even a spiral. I think he was in his head. After the first couple picks, I think he was just he forgot how to throw for a second, and he's like, got in his head. I really did.
He
think
thought
got
he
in
was,
his head.
he was still at Lambeau Field in the rain.
But remember, this is the same guy who went 18 of 18 earlier this year. Like he can bounce back, but he was in his head.
Yeah,
he was in his head.
outside of that game, he's been a very efficient. I mean, for real life football, like everything you want.
100%.
I just think for fantasy, he has limited.
No, I'm with
upside.
you there. And Burrow's been great. I get it. Either way, I get it.
There was some previous, like last year. I mean, there was some games where you didn't know how many interceptions. He looked iffy, and he's got a better offensive line this year, but he's taking better control of care of the football.
All right, let's get to the standings from last week for the panel. So last week, the leader of the panel was a tie between Ace and Zook, who go 5-2 on the week.
I went 5-2.
You went 5-2.
I thought I went 4-3.
I'll tell you what, that Denver pick between you and Big Web, both fantastic.
The
really
double
good.
up really helped me.
Huge. Big Web is very lucky he doubled up because that's the only 2 wins he got at 2-5 last
The second time that happened.
Really tough. Nick went 3-4, and I went 4-3. Thank you to the Pittsburgh Steelers for squeaking that one out. So the overall standings after Week 10 sit at me in first place, still at 43-27. Nick right behind, I think 5 picks back at 38-31-1. Zook right behind him by half a game at 38-32. Ace in fourth at 34-35-1, and Big Web in fifth place at 29-41.
Not as bad as I thought.
I think you are kind of staying the course. Like you have a really good week and you have a really bad week. There's no in between.
Well, early I was shit, but it's better.
It's a lot better. As far as dogs go, I'm 7-3. Nick is 3-6-1. Zook's 5-5. Ace is 2-7-1. Big Web's 3-7. And Locks a little bit better. Me and Big Web not great at 4-6. Nick, Zook, and Ace all at 6-4. So right around 500 for everybody. So not bad. If you guys are brand new to the show, hit that follow button here on TikTok or on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. What we do every single week is we answer your fantasy questions. We take your voicemails. If you want to call in and leave a voicemail, you can. Go to webercontent.com, click the From the 50 button, hit leave a voicemail. You can play it live on the show and react to it. Also, obviously, read your text the entire show. And we go over our picks here soon. We pick 7 total games, including 4 main games, a toilet bowl game of the week, which, if you can figure it out, it's the worst game of the week in our opinion, your underdog pick of the week, and your lock of the week. Anthony says Jacoby Myers or Brian Thomas today.
Great name.
I'll be honest. Who the hell does Jacoby Myers play for anymore?
Raiders.
Is he still with the Raiders? I haven't heard about him all year.
Had 100 yards last week.
Did he really? Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
They were reevaluating the quarterback position headed into the bye. Well, it was 2 weeks ago because I think they're coming off bye.
Okay.
But Antonio Pierce said he was going to reevaluate the quarterback position to see if they were going to continue to start Minshew. They're going to start Minshew coming out of the bye still, which is good news for Myers because he's one of those guys like when they've started O'Connell or whoever else shit backup they have, he doesn't do anything. But with Minshew, for whatever reason, he tends to go off. So
interesting.
I would actually probably play Myers.
Yeah, I really don't know. I guess I haven't heard about Myers all year, so I'd probably go Brian Thomas. I feel like he's the guy there in Jacksonville. But I guess with Mac Jones that takes away your value right there.
Yeah.
With no Trevor, that's huge. So, okay, I'm going to go Jacoby Myers. Haven't heard about him all year, but let's take him today.
Did it just annoy you? I mean, we watched football together last weekend. Just seeing Mac Jones on my screen just pisses me off. Is there anybody that's worse that has more confidence? That should not.
I will say I kind of like the swag he's got for being as shitty as he is. I think it's hilarious. I think he's doing it on purpose. It's like a meme. You know what I mean?
Yeah. As much as I hate Daniel Jones, he doesn't elude that confidence like Mac does. You know what I mean?
For sure.
They both suck, but
yeah. Josh Jacobs or Aaron Jones today? It's from Ray. Aaron Jones has been banged up. He's questionable. I believe he's going to be full go today from what I've seen. I don't know for sure if anybody can update us on that.
I want this guy's fantasy team.
Yeah, I mean, why would you pick between those two? Start them both, right? I mean,
yeah, if you can.
Is this some like eight-man league that's got like you got 8 running backs and shit? Like
8-man.
My wife's in a 6-person league. You should see her lineup. It's insane. I mean,
basically
like
DFS at that point.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well,
you picking the teams?
Well, that's the rule was I can't help. A lot of the husbands in the group, so it's all women. All the husbands aren't allowed to help or anything, which a lot of the girls know football. But the thing is, my wife took DK Metcalf second round in a 6-man league. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen in a 12-man league. So I don't know what we were doing there, but we had a lot of top receivers left when we took DK Metcalf. So I don't know what that was all about. But other than that,
did she explain why she did it?
She's like, I heard he was good. This was good a few years ago.
Yeah.
Pretty injury prone. He's not bad, but he's not He's not a second round pick. Danny says, yada.
Thanks,
Big Web,
Danny.
you want to react to that one?
Well, that's a nice type in there.
Wonderful. One Pride, that's from Enjoying Life Joe. Let's see. Slick says, will the Lions go for it on 4th and 4 on their own 20 in the first quarter?
Please, no.
Well, you never know with Dan Campbell.
Speaking of that, there was a bet that I'm working on, and it's just all inside the Lions game.
Okay.
And I'll show you the other two, but the one that's scary is it says, will the Lions win from behind?
Oh, if they'll get they get down 3-0 or whatever at any point.
So the only risk is if they give up a field goal in the very first drive. Well, no, they could if they're ever behind, if they ever trail in the game. Will they ever trail?
What are the odds?
That was pretty good. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm curious on that because like it seems like if the Lions get the ball first, this is a classic. Let's run it down their throats. Monty into the end zone to start it off. First tutty. TJ's rushing touchdown bet every single game this season is going to be locked in. I just feel like that's happening.
You need Jacksonville to get it first, kind of grind down the field, convert some third downs, kick a 46-yarder, and then get their ass kicked.
100%.
So here's this bet, and I don't have individualized, but I have the 3-way parlay pays plus 126. So $80 gets you $180. So this is a way to win $100. Okay.
Okay.
So Jags under 24.5 points all day.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Detroit race to 25 points.
Yes.
And
what if nobody gets it? That's probably a bet too, right? It's like a 3-way bet. So if nobody gets it, you lose type of thing?
No, they have to get to 25.
They have to get to 25 points.
And then the third one, Detroit Lions to win from behind, no. So
you're saying that they won't ever trail.
If they ever trail.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay, I like that. I like that better. It's scary, but I like that.
I like it better than.
I thought you were saying you need Jacksonville to get a lead, which I was like, yeah.
No. But the problem is, even a field goal, the very first part of the game, screws you.
So you want the Lions to receive. Here's some interesting research that you could do for this. Do you know what Dan Campbell likes to do? Most teams defer. But
he does take the ball.
Packers, for example, are a team that'll take the ball if they win.
I really don't know. I feel like he's back and forth. I haven't paid much attention, though. I feel like he takes the ball a lot, though.
There's some nerd out there that probably has an
someone in the chat might know it.
But I thought that was a fun bet, but that's the only risky part. Those other two, Jags under 24 and Detroit to get 25 or more.
Let me ask you this. I'm guessing it's right around 24.5, but why not take Lions team total over instead of race to 25? Is it like if it's like 23.5 that saves you a few points and you need them to score anyway? Why not do that?
I'll work on it.
All right. Let's see. Cody with a quick baseball question. Will the Cardinals pick anyone up? Yeah, probably a 48-year-old starter to be number 3 in the rotation.
Absolutely.
Probably what's going to happen. Let's see. Lions will need a field goal to win, but they will go for it on 4th so they can try to win with a touchdown. I don't follow. Campbell goes for it a lot. We'll see what happens. Enjoying Life Joe says, I'm the nerd who knows against good teams he defers. Against teams like the Jags, he takes the ball.
There you go,
Interesting.
Big Web.
All right.
There you go.
I like
Way
this
to go,
Joe guy.
Joe. Beautiful.
That's a great.
This audience is cool.
Coming through in the chat.
I like he owns that. He goes, I'm that nerd. I have this for you boys. Don't worry. That's awesome.
love it.
He takes the ball.
Broncos Falcons should be fun. Big Web, can I give you a little what do I say? A little peek behind the curtain on my picks today.
Yeah, let's see what you
I
got.
love the Falcons.
You know,
You guys
I
just-
saw that.
I don't know what it
I saw
is.
that online.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
You guys can't
I'm
quit
like,
them.
we're gonna be against each other. today.
You want my honest opinion? I think the Broncos' defense is great. I think their offense is not very good still. And I'm a Bo Nix Rookie of the Year better. I would love him to be great. I don't think he's very good.
But they're home. And
He's
they
okay,
got,
though.
they're getting,
He's
they're
okay.
getting better
He's good
every
enough.
week.
He's okay, but
good
the
enough.
Falcons have the possibility to be really good on offense. They haven't showed it all year. But that's where I go. I don't know how good the Broncos defense is. We'll find out. But giving the Falcons 3.5 against a team I feel like could miss the playoffs in Denver. You know what I mean?
don't think so. I think
No?
they make it.
I do
I'm talking
too.
to
I
the guy
think-
who doubled up last week and hit,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
I
I
think-
mean,
I'm
think
clearly
they're
on the
gonna make it.
Broncos.
They
I
should've
like
won-
the Broncos.
That
I'm on the
game, by the
I'm
way.
absolutely on the Broncos.
that was fucking crazy. I mean, they should have won,
Should've won.
and the blocked field goal was
Sucks.
holy shit.
Yeah.
That was crazy. The other crazy thing, and Big Web and Zook saw this one, was somehow Mike Tomlin going for a fake punt on their own 20 in the first quarter of the Steelers. What are we doing? I was going out of my mind.
Yeah, TJ Bell lost it.
I was like, what are we doing here? It's stupid.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah.
Falcons, don't do it, says Joe.
Good
already
job,
locked
Joe.
in.
Listen, you guys listen
locked
to
in.
Joe.
Listen to
Both
Joe.
of you.
I'm off the Falcons
Print
today.
that comment out and hang
Today.
it somewhere.
Falcons, don't do it.
Falcons don't do it because it's all
I like how it does. It just doesn't even work as a sentence. Just Falcons, don't do
Falcons don't do it.
Falcons,
ever.
semicolon, don't
you just
do it.
need the reminder. It's like write it on your hand. Falcons don't do it.
It's like what's the draft day? No matter what. What's his name?
Vontae Mack, no matter what.
That's it. Yeah. Falcons, don't do it. I love it. God, what a terrible movie. I watched the ending to that again, like where he trades for all his first round picks. This would never fucking happen.
I want my picks back.
All of them. I want my picks back, all of them. And I wanted to redo the ending where he goes, I want my picks back, all of them. And that guy goes, click. And then end of movie, he gets fired. It's it. Like, that's the end of the actual movie. Let's see. Broncos with dub today. It's from Ty. Fuck off, Ty. Should I take the Rams and give 4 points? That's from user 294782. Just
They
kidding,
played like
Ty. I
shit
love you,
last
man.
week. I don't know.
Another one. I really like the Rams today.
Rams -4 versus.
Are you against me on everything, Big Web?
against you on that.
Oh, wonderful.
Rams -4
There's
on the
two.
road
That
against
That makes me
New
feel
England.
good, actually.
two-
Big
two
Web
of
and
the
I are
first two.
opposite. Wonderful.
You guys are opposites.
We're not even going to be able to watch today. I got a little family
know.
early Thanksgiving, so.
That's okay. I should probably be alone for Bears Packers.
So you sit in a corner and
Nick
just.
and I are
yeah.
opposite on everything except for the
Scare
dog.
the dog.
Wow. Devin says Chase Brown or Kenneth Walker today. Chase Brown has been great so far in fantasy. I don't know. Kenneth Walker's been kind of banged up, no? A little injury
No,
stuff
he's
going
been
on?
fine. It's just they don't. I think Geno leads the league in passing attempts.
Mm-hmm.
They are off a bye, but they have the Niners, so tough run defense.
Yeah.
Chase Brown getting all the snaps.
I'm going Chase Brown with that one.
Bengals play the Chargers on the road in prime time. I think the Chargers have a pretty decent run defense, but yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. I think I'd maybe lean Brown too.
I'm going Chase Brown.
Yeah.
I am biased. I got him on both leagues, but like he's been really good. I can't go against him. Brody says Jonathan Taylor or Chase Brown. I think I'm gonna go Chase Brown still. I'm gonna stay with him. This is that
Who did
basic
Colts
thing
play
where
today? Oh, at Jets.
at the Jets.
I couldn't bench Jonathan Taylor.
You're not gonna
I
bench
take
Taylor?
Taylor. Jets
I
been playing shitty.
I'll stay with Chase Brown. This is the thing where I answer the same guy in every question. We get, like there's always a
Chase
guy every
Brown's
Sunday.
always in
We
there.
get the same guy. We do this a lot where the guys have like a receiver or running back that
Uh-huh.
everybody has that we always say like, yeah, let's go with that guy. We got to triple down.
Well, it's gonna hurt my soul every week it happens this year because I dropped Brown after like week 2 or 3.
Did you really?
When he wasn't getting any carries, so
I got him in a dynasty
yeah,
league
it's
too.
it's not great.
I love that.
I knew he was gonna be good, but I had a ton of injuries, so I had no choice.
The best day Cleveland ever had was an unrealistic day in an unbelievable movie. What a sentence that was. Yeah, that was. Listen, I'm locked in. I do watch that movie a lot because I like the way they do the draft scene. I just think it's very unrealistic. But hey, what are you gonna
Do you think we'll be alive for a Browns Super Bowl in our lifetime?
Yes, at some point they will get it done.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
You want my
Even
real
in my lifetime.
That's going to be crazy.
You want my real nightmare scenario?
What's that?
I haven't said this on the air yet. I've said this to my brothers who are also Lions fans, though, who I've converted to Lions fans over the years.
Lions Bills?
You want my no?
Oh,
I think we have to win it this year.
I kind of think you do too.
If you don't, I think the window's closed. I think it's the Buffalo Bills, like where Allen had a couple shots a few years ago. I think they're in that same spot. The Lions are going to lose Aaron Glenn. They're going to lose Ben Johnson. That's a problem.
I don't think
it's a big
lose.
problem.
I don't know if they lose Glenn.
I think Glenn's having a hell of a year with Hutch out. He's shown up. Like the defense
Yeah.
has been the bright spot. Especially last week when they played like shit, kept them in the game.
Yeah,
it's early, but I feel like they're both. Especially if the Lions finish like.
You're not feeling
14
dynasty here, man?
No,
Ben Johnson's gonna take a job.
How
like,
do they replace?
as
Ben
long
Johnson
as it's
is
not the
my
fucking
question.
Bears, please. He's not going to Chicago. Please tell me he's not going to Chicago.
No, because he didn't go to Washington last year because of the ownership and all that. Like he wants to go to a good franchise, quote unquote.
I just don't want him in
so.
division. It's the only thing. That would be bad. I mean, I don't see that happening. But
I
you know,
don't see the
they have to win
Cowboys
this year.
hiring him. What are the other openings this year? Projected openings. I think
Jets,
Cowboys,
maybe?
Bears.
Honestly,
He don't want to be on the Jets. Is Rodgers done after this year? Is he like?
I hope so.
Here's kind of a dark horse. What about the Bengals? They're not having
Not
a
bad.
great year. If they miss the playoffs, they fire Zach
Wow.
Taylor.
With Joe Burrow.
Look,
and-
starting rumors right now, baby.
That would
Would
be
they
fun.
fire Jack? Because
Yeah.
then imagine Johnson with Jamar Chase. They're not going to re-sign T. Higgins, but like,
Yep.
yeah, that'd be interesting to me.
Joe says, I don't think we lose anyone. Detroit will pay OC like a coach, calling it no shot he's in Detroit next year. I would love it. I don't think there's any way they bring him
head
back.
coaching job. Yeah.
He'll get a head coaching job.
Yeah.
I mean, he should have gotten one. Lucky they got him back this year. I mean, but Aaron Glenn's also gone. I just think this year you have to win it this year. You have to win it. Last year was like, oh, my God, they made it to the NFC
Yeah.
Championship. This year's like, you're good enough to win it. Go win it.
There's
you know?
a handful of teams, like 2 or 3 teams every year that you feel like, hey, this is their window, their chance to do it. Like last year, I thought that was the Cowboys' chance. The last 2 years has been the Cowboys' chance. Now you see the windows the door is slammed shut on them.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Lions' chance. They got everybody
Gotta
back.
fucking win it. I know Hutch got hurt, but
Yeah.
Za'Darius Smith coming in's got to help it. I mean, they can win without Hutch. It hurts, but they can do it.
They haven't
They have
had
to
to
do it.
extend Laporta or Branch, or I think the
Yes.
only one they're paying big money to is St. Brown. I don't even
And
think
Goff.
his
Goff got a big
extension's
deal.
totally
Yeah.
kicked in yet. So yeah, this feels like their window.
Slick says Aaron Rodgers is fighting Jake Paul next.
God.
You
Aaron
boys
Rodgers
watch
is
that?
probably too young.
We can spend 2 minutes on that. Do you guys watch that at all?
I
did
totally
not.
watched it, and I
I
was
heard
right.
even if you tried, you couldn't.
Yeah.
I told you don't bet on Tyson.
I put $18 on it because I'm like, okay, there's got to be a guy who, I guess everybody likes money because no one wants to take it seriously. I know Tyson was 58. He pulled back on a couple punches. You can tell. There was one that Paul literally ran away, was covering his face, don't hit me, Mike. I don't know. The whole thing. Look, give it up to Jake Paul. He's a marketing wizard. Dude's made shit ton of money and being a troll, and everybody hates him. And guess what? Good for him. He's very rich, and he keeps doing it. Guess what? We all keep falling for it and buying it. So, but yeah, I don't know. It was a terrible fight. The fight before that, though, the two women that fought, holy shit,
I saw
it was insane.
I just kept seeing the picture on Twitter of the lady with her
Yeah.
face cut.
Dude, they were like someone. I think the commentator said "rock'em sock'em robots." They were beating the shit out of each other. It was a hell of a fight, man. So anyone in that watched that, it wasn't a pay-per-view technically, it was Netflix, but that's the only reason I would never have paid for it. I watched it on Netflix, but that fight was worth the night. The Tyson Paul fight was terrible.
Can I tell you my main takeaway as a football fan, somebody that didn't give 2 shits about that fight?
Sure.
Netflix has a football game on Christmas Day. That was a shit show
No,
of a broadcast.
So what's wild is I never
How are they
had-
going to handle a football game?
Yeah, the traffic apparently, it was trending like crazy that they had the spinning circle a ton with the buffering. I had no problem all night, so I'm lucky.
Oh,
I got
really?
lucky. Yeah, I guess I got in and never.
I didn't even
turned it
try
off.
because
Yeah.
again, it just no interest. I'd rather watch college football or something
Sure,
else. But
sure.
I kept hearing all night how bad it was.
Oh man,
So
this is brutal. Let's see. We'll go to a couple more comments here on YouTube, and then we'll go to our picks of the week. We'll also give the standings update from our CBS Sports Pick'em. Real quick, I want to give a shout-out to the great sponsor we have, Flag and Anthem. Check out Flag and Anthem. You get 20% off right now on flagandanthem.com when you use promo code FA-Weber. It's FA-Weber for 20% off Flag and Anthem. Some awesome, awesome wares they got there, man. They got sweatshirts, they got jeans, they got boots, they got hats, they got all kinds of good stuff. We got the F&A parlay this week. My guy Clark, my nemesis on Weber Bets, hit a parlay last week.
I saw that. That was funny.
It was a good one. And we gave away a $250 gift card, actually. So Flag and Anthem, if we hit one, anybody who comments a football emoji on that video gets a chance to win a gift card. And we gave it away last week. Hoping to hit one again this week. I'll talk about that parlay coming up.
I was going to say,
what's
I need to know Clark's parlay.
Big Web's going to hate it, but because I've already hinted at a few picks and he's been
I've
scoffing
already
at
heard it on the air.
Oh, you already saw the video.
I saw the video also. I couldn't remember the picks, but I'm guessing Falcons are in it, so Clark's fucked.
Well, we'll see. We'll talk about that later on. Let's see. Gigi says, is Minnesota-Tennessee a trick game? Minnesota -6.5.
Yeah, it's a trick because their quarterback forgot how to play.
Big Web had Sam Darnold last week and was not a happy camper. 3 different drives. I think he threw 3 picks, right? Or was it 2 picks?
But he's turning into Sam. He's turning into Sam Darnold. I mean, this year earlier.
He was Samuel Darnold. Now he's Sam Darnold.
Right, Samuel's gone
Samuel.
all of a sudden. So we'll see this week, but. It's pretty much enough of a trick. I'm staying away from it.
JG turned back into Jerry, too.
No, he did. Yeah, that was my favorite text in the group chat last week. Is Zook goes, he went back to Jerry. When he doesn't play good, he's Jerry Goff. Yeah, 100%. Last one, then we'll go to the picks. Nick Malone says, Lions, Ravens, Super Bowl, book it. Could happen. Lamar's playing unbelievable. By the way, Zook, I have to vent real quick.
Yeah.
I got my buddy who's actually a pretty good fantasy player, but he makes stupid trades all the time, and what pisses me off is he makes these dumb trades, and he's won 2 championships in 4 years, but he plays like an idiot. He just drafts well. He traded my other buddy because he said he was desperate for an RB2. He traded Lamar Jackson for Jonathan Taylor.
Say what?
So my buddy, who already had a great team, now has Lamar as his quarterback. That was the one thing holding him back, and he gave up Jonathan Taylor. So he's fucking set. Now he's at the top of the league with us. Brutal.
Who does he have at quarterback to replace Lamar?
I don't know, actually. I thought he had somebody decent. He wouldn't have traded him, but he's in his mind that he needs running backs. Like, you do, but like not that bad. And he's number 1 quarterback. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, man. So I went back and looked at the draft order. I was like right in the middle of like the quarterback run in the draft. Was pretty happy at the time. I ended up with Mahomes. I had Lamar on my board ahead of Mahomes.
Yeah.
He got picked 1 pick ahead of me. I don't even start Mahomes anymore.
Dude,
he's
he's
terrible.
not great.
I start Brock Purdy now. I've had to pick him up. But imagine how different it would be this year if I had gotten Lamar 1 pick sooner.
I think Mahomes is a tough fantasy guy now because he just wants to win.
Not
playable. He wins. He's just not he doesn't put a lot of numbers up anymore.
Not playable, man.
Not. I mean, I got Josh Allen. Thank God. Josh Allen's the best. God, I love him as a fantasy quarterback. All right, let's go ahead and get to the picks of the week. Like I said, we have a total of – why do we not hear the music, folks? Oh, my God.
Zook will not pick.
I know he won't. He'll go on protest.
I will protest.
All right, we have the first game. Big Web, can you be the number check guy, please?
Absolutely.
Right. First one we got, Baltimore heads out to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Big-time matchup. Winner takes over control of the NFC North. I think I had Pittsburgh as +3. Is that correct?
It is 3 points, yes, sir.
They're getting 3. All right, let's go with Zook.
This is like a classic Tomlin home dog spot. Every single one of these matchups has been close, dating back to like these Harbaugh and Tomlin matchups. They just know each other so well. There's so much familiarity. So I was just gonna auto pick the Steelers, and I just thought, man, I think the Ravens are a better team. Like, and by kind of not a lot, but like I think that they match up better with the Steelers this year. I think this is a tougher matchup for the Steelers than it's been in years past. You can throw it on the Ravens, but the Steelers really like to ground and pound. Well, that's the Ravens' strength defensively.
Right.
I like the Ravens to cover this one. I'm kind of holding my nose. Like, goes against every data point out there, but hey, man, those streaks are meant to be broken, and I think that the Ravens are the better team.
Big Web?
Zook's right. When you look back over numerous years, it's always freaking 17-14, both of these teams. But it's different this time. The over-under in this football game right now is 48 points. Is that insane or what?
Yeah,
That's
I can't
insane.
believe I'm going to get some agreement on this.
I think I like the under in that one.
For these two teams to be at 48 points. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? But it's Russ with the moon ball that he's throwing now, and the Ravens defense hadn't been playing worth a shit. So without the hook, though, right now, to answer your question, without this hook, I'm going with the Ravens.
Me
also.
too.
Wow,
If it was
change
more
it up.
if it was more than 3, I was going to take the
did change
Steelers.
up. Yes, sir.
But
Change it
I'll
up.
at least like try to get the push
Yep.
with the Ravens. 'Cause I think the Ravens are going to win the game ultimately.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Nick is going with Baltimore. Ace is going with Pittsburgh. And I'm actually going to put Ace on an island, which is a home dog, divisional dog is scary to put somebody on an island with. But I'm also going to take the Ravens with you guys. It was kind of what Zook alluded to when he first started talking about the game. It's that the Ravens – my thing is about the division today. Whoever wins is in the lead of the AFC North. It's a huge game. And the fact that the Ravens are just a better team. I think the Ravens are better than Pittsburgh. I think they're a Super Bowl contender. The Steelers are great. They're a very good team. They're not going to win a Super Bowl this year. I have a feeling that's not going to happen. So for that case, I think Baltimore is going to give it all they got today and ball out. And if you get a push, you get a push. I think they'll at least win the game by 3. And I'll take a risk and see if they can even win by 7. So give me Baltimore.
Question for you guys: if the spread was 4, who would you pick?
I'd pick Baltimore up to
Pittsburgh.
like 6.
You would see. I would pick it literally
3.5.
another half point. I would have switched.
I had Pittsburgh right there, 3.5 earlier.
I think they have a chance to win by 7. I do. But that's just me. We'll see what happens. Chat, let us know what you think. Enjoying life. Joe says Pittsburgh wins outright. Pickens goes off today. We'll see what happens.
Very well could.
It could be. Hey, listen, this is going to prove a lot of things to a lot of different people, different fan bases with Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Who's the real deal in that division? I think it's Baltimore. Maybe not. We'll find out.
Hey, man, one quick thing. I hate Russ. He sucks. I hate him.
You do?
I've hated him for years. But this moon ball and a guy like Pickens that can outfight a defensive back for a ball is huge, what this guy's saying. Right?
Ravens defense has been shitty and so wild because if you don't pay attention to the numbers, you're sitting there going, oh, it's Ravens defense. They're always good. They have not been good.
Against the pass, they're brutal.
Is Kyle Hamilton back today?
I
Is
don't
he still
think
hurt?
so.
That's another big part of it. Yeah. Anyway, so all of us have the Ravens except for Ace, who has Pittsburgh. We move on to Denver. Big game. Atlanta takes on the Denver Broncos, and I believe Denver's favored, which is crazy to me. -2.5?
-1.5.
Wow.
It's all moving in their direction, baby.
Moving Atlanta's direction. It was 2.5, I thought.
Oh, yes, it is. That's right. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I was just anyway. I thought it was 2.5 earlier. Maybe it changed. Big Web or Zook? Sorry.
Big Web's just saying it's moving in our direction.
Oh,
we're
you were
getting-
saying-
we're
yeah,
getting,
yeah,
we're
sure,
getting
sure,
more
sure.
Because I
points.
already got that. Yeah.
I'm going to take the Denver Broncos. I think this is, listen, I've been on the Broncos. I feel like I've picked them a lot on this show this year. I think that they're going to be a playoff team. I think their defense is really, really good. And I think that Kirk and this offense is a lot better inside. They're playing outdoors in Denver today. It's a later game. Kirktober is over, and so I'll take the Denver Broncos to bounce back after a heartbreaking defeat and get a win over an NFC team that I think is a little softer.
Big Web?
You know, Sean Payton is a hell of a football coach, and it's not surprising me that his team's getting better and better week after week. It's funny out there in Mile High, they have outside the visitors' locker room, they have a sign that says, "You are this many miles above sea level," just so these guys, when they run out of the locker room, remember what they start breathing heavy just because they see that fucking sign.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
do you feel like that air's a little thin, boys?
So, yeah, I like the Broncos in this spot right here just because they're improving. And Kirk, God damn it, you can't get out of the chute. It's like horse racing. You can't get out of the fucking gate. He can never get out early. Kirk will be trailing in this football game again.
Let's see. Ace is going with Denver. Nick is going with the Atlanta Falcons. And I'm also going to go with the Atlanta Falcons today. My whole thing is I don't think Denver is very good offensively. Defense has shown out, no doubt about it. I'm taking the risk in saying that Kirk will be able to move the ball against their defense and Denver's offense won't do shit against Atlanta's defense. That's what I'm thinking. It's in Denver. They've been playing good football. They should have beat the Chiefs last week. I also don't think the Chiefs... They're one of the most underwhelming undefeated teams I've seen in a long time. I'll say that. They're a good team. But undefeated teams in the past to this point, they're one of the lowest.
It hasn't been pretty, that's for sure.
So I'm going to take Atlanta plus. I got them on 3.5 on a lot of parlays today, or my main parlay. So I like that, and I just think they have a chance to win this game. And not a fan of Denver yet. See if Bo Nix proves me wrong. Give me the Falcons. Let's see. Enjoying life. Joe says Denver wins. Huge day for Sutton, and Cousins is the worst quarterback in the NFL versus the blitz. All Denver does is blitz. It's good. That's good right there. I mean, that's a good fact. We'll see what happens.
Is Enjoying Life Joe? Is he the one that hit us with the stat earlier? I love this guy.
Joe's on fire this morning.
Yeah, he's our stat guy in the chat. I love it. All right, let's go to Buffalo, and to me, the game of the week. Kansas City against the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo, last time I saw, was favored at -2.5.
Let's see, where the hell are they here? Zuck, here you go, 2.5.
2.5.
Buffalo minus 2.5.
All right, Zuck.
Hey, this is another one that I thought of bucking the trend, right? Because, hey, I love KC under a touchdown. I really love them under a field goal. I'm going to take them to cover and win this game outright on the road against Buffalo. Wanted to pick the Bills, but the Bills, man, they're a little injured offensively. Keon Coleman is out. They're basically going to have to rely on Khalil Shakir. Dalton Kincaid is out today as well. It's going to be Khalil Shakir. It's going to be Dalton Knox. They're going to be running the football, which is tough to do against this Kansas City defense. I think Allen is going to have to be Superman today. And ultimately, I think the Chiefs are going to find yet another way to win a close, kind of gross football game and get another win. So sort of the system play here today with the Chiefs till they let me down. I'll take them as an underdog.
Big Web?
You know, it's funny, Zuck, you say shaking it up in this game, and you also said shaking it up in the Pittsburgh game. I'm doing the same thing today, and it's based on over-unders. I mean, this game right here, you would think two high-scoring teams, but Kansas City's defense is playing so damn well right now.
So good,
yeah.
And now Buffalo's hurting on offense, like you said. You know, and the Chiefs have been underwhelming on offense as far as points scored. So this one, I'm going with Buffalo at home -2 and a hook, not 3, just 2.5. So I'm going with Buffalo, and then the over/under's 46.5. I'm buying that up, but we'll talk about that later. I'm buying it down.
Nick is going with Kansas City. Ace is going with the Kansas City Chiefs as well. I got a little research, and when I say research, Schefter's tweet this morning that I read for 2 seconds, but I'm going to call it research. So this is interesting. Harrison Butker out today, by the way. On IR for the Chiefs. They have former Jets kicker Spencer Schrader, who he thinks, again, this will be like a big part of the matchup because 7 of the Chiefs' 9 wins this season has been decided by 7 or fewer points, and in each of their past 2 games, Kansas City has trailed in the fourth quarter. So this is a spot where if you rely on your kicker like Harrison Butker, like they have in a lot of close games this year, you got a guy that played for the Jets that no longer plays for the Jets that probably isn't good at kicking the football, now has to be thrown into a game in Buffalo with
Outdoors.
that crowd, windy probably. I haven't seen the weather yet. It's just a small part of this game, but if it's going to be a field goal game, I don't know if Spencer Schrader's got it to get it done for the Chiefs. That's just something I want to throw out there. With that being said, I'm taking the Buffalo Bills today. I just think they play different against the Chiefs. They're a great team. I think Kansas City has been waiting for a matchup where they're going to finally fall. They should have been done last week. I just don't think they played their best football because I think, they might not say it out in public. They might not say it out loud in general, but in the back of their minds, they know exactly what they're focused on. It's the 3rd straight Lombardi. They don't give a shit about the regular season, and yet they're still undefeated. They're a great football team. They're waiting to give it all they got in the playoffs, and I think this is a spot where Buffalo's going to get it done. 2.5 is an interesting number. I thought it was going to be closer to, a pick 'em or even 1.5, but I'll take Buffalo to win at home by 3. I think that's
I like
a good
that.
play.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
Cincinnati out in L.A. to take on the Chargers. Is it Sunday Night Football?
Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football. Chargers were getting – no, they're -1.5. Wow.
Let's see. Where the hell are they? Chargers.
Since you've been playing decent football.
Probably at the bottom if it's primetime, right?
Let's see.
Or is it not?
Yeah, it should be all the way.
It's fucking Thursday. Why
Well,
do you guys put the
There you
next
go.
week in this motherfucker?
That pisses me off.
-1. Chargers -1.
-1.
I've pushed it before in a parlay. The next fucking week.
Did you win it?
Yeah, but I waited. I'm sitting there. I got all this money fucking tied up, and you motherfuckers don't play till next week. Somebody else.
Cincinnati getting 1. Zook, what do you think?
That's kind of on you though because it wasn't even the same opponent.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's totally on me. Totally on me. I'm scrolling around. Oh, got to get it in quick. Boom.
I'm gonna take the Cincinnati Bengals. This is it's a kind of a coin flip game to me, honestly, but the Bengals, I think, need this to keep their season alive. I'm telling you, man, I'm a closet Chargers fan. Jim Harbaugh and all my Michigan guys over there. I love what they've got going on, but I am going to pick against them this week. I think Burrow has looked so good these last couple weeks in prime time. I think he's gonna roll. I think the Chargers offense has looked better also, but yeah, give me the Bengals, man.
Big Web?
I'm going with the Chargers, but I'm pretty freaking nervous about it. I mean, they got a great defense. They've been playing good ball, but I'm scared of Burrow, but I don't care. I'm still sticking with the Chargers.
Chad agrees with you.
Yeah, KH says Chargers, Harbaugh will coach circles. He says Chargers, Harbaugh will coach circles around Taylor.
He probably will.
Let's see. So Ace is going to go with the Chargers. Nick's going with the Bengals. I'm going with the Bengals here, and I have a little interesting decision to make in a couple picks here regarding this game. But I'm going with the Bengals in this one, +1 against the Chargers. Move on to the Toilet Bowl game of the week. We have the Cleveland Browns headed out to the Saints. That one is in New Orleans, obviously, and the Saints are -2.5.
I'll tell you, next week they're +4.
Well, that's good.
I
love to have them +4
I think
today.
they're underdogs.
Are they really?
Today at noon, Cleveland Browns -1.
Wow. All right, Zook.
And give me the Cleveland Browns
Oh.
to win this game outright on the road. I know, the Saints have nobody. Olave on IR, Shaheed out for the season. I think even Bub Means is hurt. Bub Means, they don't have Bub Means.
Bob Memes.
So they're going to be throwing to Marquez Valdez-Scantling and a lot of Taysom Hill probably.
Taysom Hill, thank you.
Yeah, Taysom Hill.
Thank you.
But I know they were able to eke out a win against the Falcons, but I think that was more about the Falcons than it was about the Saints. I think that the Browns are going to bounce back. As long as we can avoid a couple interceptions from Jameis today, Big Web, I think the Browns get it done.
Yep.
Big Web?
I like Cleveland today, too. The only reason the Saints won last week was because of some young hoe. He was in a coup and fucking couldn't get it going, so give me Cleveland.
I am going. First, Ace is going with New Orleans. Nick's going with New Orleans. And I'm going with New Orleans, actually, in this game.
Congratulations, Zuck.
Here's the reason. I love the under today, to be honest with you. I took it up to 47.5.
Under's a good play.
It's my favorite play of the day is under 47.5 in this game. Cleveland showed that, Jameis had a really good week when he started after Watson got hurt. Since then, not much. Not really sure what they are. New Orleans also, same thing. The thing is, they have a new coach. They're kind of just, winging it. I think Alvin can control the clock today. They're at home. I don't know. I understand why this is a toilet bowl game because I hate it. I took the under. So I'll take New Orleans, but I'm just not a fan of Cleveland right now. I think the Saints can win at home.
It's a bummer Cleveland's so hurt defensively because I think that their defense would keep them in a lot more games if they were more healthy.
Yeah, I can see that. But Joe says New Orleans at home, easy cover. Kamara goes off in the pass game. This game won't be close. Hill anytime touchdown. Wow.
Joe, we were agreeing so much.
Interesting. And then KH says Browns, Jameis return game and off bye week. That is big.
That's right,
it's off
Jameis
a bye
revenge
week.
game.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll see what happens. All right, the dogs of the week. Look, what do you think?
I'm struggling this week to pick a dog. I looked at a couple. I looked at the Titans +6, Big Web.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at even the Seahawks +6 in
Gross.
the divisional game.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm going to go with? Give me a line check on the Raiders and the Dolphins, please. The ugliest of the
That
ugliest
is uglier
games.
than the
It's
toilet
up,
bowl
it's
game.
up to 8 points. It's up to 8 points.
Do you think that the Dolphins should be 8-point favorites to anyone?
I don't know. They
in the
played
National
pretty good
Football
last
League?
week. Won me a parlay.
They did play pretty good last week, but they should not be 8-point favorites. I think that this has got backdoor cover written all over it. I'm gonna take the Las Vegas Raiders to cover. I don't love it, but look at the board, guys. It's ugly this week.
It
for
is
the
ugly.
Dogs.
It is hard
It
for
is
a
ugly.
dog. Yeah.
Zook is 5-5 in dogs this week, so it's a coin flip. It's always a coin flip with Zook on dogs. Big Web, what do you think?
So it's Raiders +8 for Zook. So,
Yeah.
I was going to go, and like you said, that divisional game, the Seahawks scare me, so I won't do that. But the Colts, I was going to go with the Colts, but that scares me even more.
Yeah.
I'm going off the Colts. Give me the Raiders with Zook +8,
Wow.
just because of the 8. Not because I'm
Wow.
copying, because of the 8 now.
This
The
is okay. You're getting a little too cute. Last week you followed him with the pick with Denver, and it was really nice pick. It was cute to see you guys
I
hold
had
hands
that
on
pick
that one.
before.
The Raiders aren't the fucking Broncos, okay?
I had it picked before
Sure you
last
did.
week.
It says Indy right here. I don't know what's going
No,
on.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the other one. You're
Oh.
talking about last week's follow. I had it written down.
All I know is Zook picks first and you go second. So, I mean, it looks like
what
a copy
the fuck
to me.
sense does that make? Z is after W.
No, I'm saying he goes first on the picks and he might have copied him. Nick's going to take Indy in this one. What do we got on the Indianapolis Colts today?
It's 4 plus 4.
+4. Wonderful. Let's see.
I do not hate that pick.
I don't either. Except I don't touch
almost took
Indy
it.
anymore.
I
I'm
almost-
not an Indy guy.
I don't touch the Jets. I don't know what team I'm getting
Yeah.
ever. Like I don't like picking games. that they're
Indy is
involved
that team for me. Tennessee for Ace. What do we got on Tennessee?
in. I think it's 6,
Tennessee.
close to touchdown.
There they are.
Game.
6.
+6.
6.
And now I got a decision to make. And I might let the audience do it for me. But I don't know if they're on my side or if they're going to try to get me a loss. But I am between the Atlanta Falcons +1.5 on a double up or another double up and taking the Cincinnati Bengals +1 because I think they're going to win the game. So I'm going to let the chat decide. I'm going to give the first 3 comments Cincinnati or Atlanta. There's one for the Bengals from Decor. That's who I want to know.
Joe
Falcons
loves
or
New
Bengals?
England.
Why?
I don't.
Blitz
I
said the
don't love them.
Bengals.
Yeah,
One more
they're-
Bengals, and I think this. Yep, and there's
Cincy.
Jared. Okay, so Cincinnati it is. I like that better. I'll be honest with you. I like that better because I have the Falcons
All you gotta do
in a
is
parlay.
open it up to the audience. To then your heart will reveal
Yes.
to you what you truly want.
But if they get wrecked today, then it's on you guys. Look at all these Bengals. I mean, everybody's saying Bengals now. All right, I'm trusting you guys. Trusting the chat today. I haven't even bet the Bengals yet. I might throw a nice little amount of money on the
Yeah.
money line today. I like that a lot.
So you doubled up with Cincy.
I'm thinking about tripling up. Jesus Christ.
this
All
is
right,
great.
locks of the week. Zook.
I get to go first.
Okay. Go ahead, Big Web.
Go ahead.
You want to go?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
I think you're on the same team, really.
I think we're on the same team too.
Say it. Okay, I'll count 3, 2, 1. You guys say it. All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Cleveland.
Broncos.
Oh, I thought he was saying Browns and he was saying Cleveland. It's Broncos. Okay. All right. All right, Zook. Why the Broncos?
I wrote them with the double up last week. I think they're going to win today. I just think that their pass rush is going to give the Falcons a hard time. I think the Falcons truly are leaking a little bit of oil, especially in the pass game, and Denver just doesn't allow much through the air. I think that the Broncos are going to win at home in Mile High. Weather's starting to turn. Yeah, I do not like the Falcons at all.
Wow. Big Web. Here,
You know-
can I say something real quick though? I think Zook is falling into a trap that Big Web and I have definitely done. I think Nick's done. You fall in
Ride
love
'em too much?
You fall in love with the team and then they screw you bad, and then you're like.
I've
You
done
start
this.
questioning yourself every week. I think you're going down that road, brother. But hey, Denver, listen, I'm not a Denver guy. Doesn't mean, listen, first place. I'm in first place by 4 or 5 picks. If they come out and double up and you win, I'm like, God bless you. It's a great pick. And he might ride the Denver Broncos, no pun intended, all the way into the sunset this year. Who knows?
Here's the real reason I did it is looking at the board, the games that we didn't pick, I don't really like. I don't want to give up like a touchdown with San Fran in a divisional game. I don't want to take the Vikings giving up a touchdown on the road in Tennessee.
Yeah.
I mean, I looked at the Rams -4, but they're on the road against a Pats team that played really good defense last weekend. Like, what am I going to give up 2 touchdowns with the Lions? No, thank you. I just think
Okay.
that to me was my favorite pick on the board. Kirk Cousins outdoors with the weather starting to turn against a good defense.
Big Web?
They're going to win by 2 touchdowns.
I really wanted to double up on the Falcons.
Do
Go
it.
ahead, Big Web. No, I'm not. I already took Cincy. Go ahead. The audience spoke for me.
There you go. So if Atlanta's leaking oil, the Saints have dropped a transmission like 2 blocks down the fucking road. Give me Cleveland.
They won last week.
But it's because some young hoe.
Okay, but here's my thing, though. God, what, double up on Cleveland today?
Doubling up on Cleveland. Jameis, go get him, Jameis.
Big Web.
Go get him, Jameis.
Look at Big Web. Look at Big Web's last 3 picks. I'm just not a fan. Cleveland -1, Vegas +8, Cleveland -1. God.
Yeah.
Hey, betting
like
means
them.
doing ugly things.
Man,
That's right. That's right.
Good luck to you, sir.
Thank
Nick
you.
is going to
God
take San
bless you.
Francisco. What's the number on San Francisco?
San Francisco was 6. It's
Check.
6.
It is 6.
6.
All right, -6. And Ace is going Green Bay. Interesting game in Soldier Field. I don't hate that though. They could absolutely just destroy the Bears. The Bears have shown no life. I just think they'll show something today. Is it 5.5 there?
Bears are 6.
6. Because of the F&A parlay, I'm going to stick with my original lock. I was thinking about tripling up on Cincy, to be honest with you. But I'm going to take the Rams -4. Is it 4? 4.5.
It was 4. Let's keep looking. Rams.
They play in Los Angeles. Used to be in St. Louis.
Angeles.
Greatest show on turf, 2000. Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk,
And
Isaac Bruce.
this guy can feel like
That was
him.
fantastic.
I believe it's 4, Big Web. You're on the next week.
Next week.
Got to meet Marshall Faulk when I was coin toss captain. Great guy. It was a preseason game. Brian Urlacher touched my cap. It was fantastic. Oh, yeah. Good guy. 4 on the dot. I like the Rams today. I think the Patriots are way overrated after this win last week. Listen, the Bears suck. The Bears suck bad. Their offense is in shambles. I think they have talent, but because of that reason, I think it's kind of a smokescreen that the Patriots defense has been playing really good. They've been better. Drake May makes them better than Jacoby Brissett, but they're not a good football team. The Rams actually do have something going on. I think Cooper Kupp's going to have a decent day today. I think Stafford will move the ball enough, and I think 4 is nothing against that team. So give me the Rams on the road in Foxborough. I don't care what the weather is. I don't give a shit. They're a better team. That's what I got. There we go. That's our picks of the week for Week 11 of the NFL. You guys can let us know your thoughts on the picks here on TikTok or on YouTube. Please put your picks in the chat and let us know what your thoughts are. And if you got any top parlays or top touchdown bets today, we'd love to hear them, because I would also like to pick a sleeper entry before we log off, which sleeper picks, promo code Weber gets you deposit match, 100% deposit match, up to $1,500 for limited time only. So you can either use promo code Weber when you deposit, or you can go to the link on the website at webercontent.com. Big Web, what do you got?
Just want to update something we talked about earlier in the show here. So we talked about that bet, Detroit race to 25, no being from behind for Detroit, and the under 24 for the Jags. That's plus 118. But when I replaced it with Detroit just to score over 25, not race to, it went way to hell down, like minus 170.
So, okay, that's so I was wondering if the number was lower for their team total. That's the only reason I would have taken it. So you 100% should take race to 25, because Jaguars aren't getting there. They're not getting there today. You're basically betting the same thing with better odds, pretty much.
The only risk is this early field goal shit. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I may still do it. But anyway, that's that update.
Mac Jones about to go dumb.
Can you imagine? I'd be so mad.
Well, you know what? I looked something else up. If you take him, so to back that up, if you take them to score a field goal first, the Jaguars score a field goal first, plus 100.
We're
That's
getting
all it
real
is.
deep on this. I don't know if I like that. I can already see the future. Lions win the toss. They will take the ball. They're going to move it down 7 plays, 75 yards. Monty, 6-yard touchdown run to the right side through the middle.
Well, it's 70 yards now, probably.
Sorry, 70.
Good. I'm going to add.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's 30-yard line now, right?
Stupid.
Oh, my
30.
God. I'm going to add Monty first-time score.
I am betting Monty first touchdown today.
This thing's really getting big, folks.
Yeah, it sure is.
Monty first touchdown will give you a nice plus 500 to that one, too. That'll be nice.
Jeez, oh,
I like
Friday.
that.
We're going to be sitting here watching going, oh, my God.
That's the thing, too, is if you
You're gonna be
think
real mad when they bring in Gibbs.
Watch this. It hardly took it up. Watch. Plus 184,
Minus 240, Big Web?
118. David Montgomery. No, that's not. That's anytime. Sorry.
Speaking of big,
you need first touchdown score is what you want.
Yeah.
speaking of big favorites, we should do our Hail Mary parlay of the week. Make sure we get no payout on this one.
Oh, there
Plus
you go.
300.
That's better. Plus 300.
There you go.
That's still not that high.
That's not high at all for a first touchdown bet.
Yeah.
Plus 300 is all it is.
Wait, like by itself?
It's good. Yeah, because Joe said he likes to take the ball first.
Monty's the guy on the first drive. That's what they do.
Plus 1,
100%.
plus 300.
All right.
Okay,
Interesting.
enough of that stuff.
Let's build a Hail Mary parlay of the week that will pay nothing, but we put $1 on it. We usually take all the heavy favorites, minus like $1 million. Starting with the Detroit Lions. So here's how it works. It's 3 of us. The majority rules between me, Big Web, and Zook. We put $1 on this parlay. Starting with the Detroit Lions, minus 900. Are we going with that?
Have to.
Yeah.
Have to do it. Packers, Bears.
Packers. What's up, Billy Hoare?
Minus
Billy
270 for the Packers. Rams, Patriots. I'm going with the Rams.
Rams.
Pats.
Minus 205. Browns, Saints. I'm going with the Saints today. What is this one?
Can't do it. Browns.
Minus 116. Not bad. Vikings, Titans. I'm going with the Vikings.
Yeah, have to.
Titans.
Minus 270. Ravens, Steelers. I'm going with the Ravens.
Ravens.
Minus 188, not too bad. Colts, Jets. I'm going to go with the Colts.
Me too.
Colts
Let's go. Plus 180. There's a little
will help.
plus money there. Raiders, Dolphins. This looks in my
Dolphins.
head. Okay. Big Web.
This is just money
We're,
line, right?
we
Money
just
line.
like the number.
Dolphins.
Okay?
Dolphins.
Minus
Dolphins.
Dolphins
30.
need this game
We
to
gotta
keep their
have fun.
season
This
alive.
is called the Hail Mary parlay.
Right.
$1 to pay $90 on 13
It's
picks
no
is
fun. You don't
bullshit.
think that's
what
fun.
I'm saying. It's not fun at all. And guess what? All the favorites never win. Seahawks, Niners. I'm going to go with Seattle today.
Niners.
Come on.
Niners.
Oh, damn it. Minus 270.
Niners need it.
Falcons, Broncos. I'm going to lose this anyway. I'll just put Broncos down.
Might as well.
Chiefs,
Do it.
Bills. I'm going with the Bills.
Bills.
There we
Okay.
go.
Sorry, Zook.
No, honestly, I don't.
Don't hate
I
it?
don't hate it. Yeah, for the parlay, I don't hate it.
Let's see. Bengals, Chargers. I'm going with the Bengals.
Chargers.
Bengals.
Plus 102, baby. Texans, Cowboys, Monday night.
Has to be Texans.
Texans.
Yeah, minus 375. Oof. All right, so here we go. We got 13-leg parlay, a little better than last week.
550.
We have $1 to pay. Oh, I'll just read them all. Detroit Lions, Packers, Rams, Browns, Vikings, Ravens, Colts, Dolphins, Niners, Broncos, Bills, Bengals, Texans. 13-leg parlay, pay $1 pays $342.07.
Is that one of our lowest ones?
92 last week was the lowest one on
92.
13 picks.
It was.
How many did we lose, though? It's been the
That's
year
a
of the
good
favorite.
question. That's a good question.
You can't win if you don't get them all
I
right.
need to start tracking these because I bet them all. I bet $1 on them every week, and it's on my phone that's running TikTok right now. But I do want to look at that next week. Maybe I'll see how close we've been on a couple. I think we missed 2 weeks ago. We missed on 2 picks.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was the 1 week we missed.
It was Jets and Dolphins
We
who
were
both led
alive.
late.
Yes.
They should have won, and that was like I think that was $800 or something. That was up there.
We got the shaft that day because both of the games we missed. Yeah, you're right. Like led, we were on the right side.
Yeah, 100%. So this is my favorite thing to do. I go through and tell you which underdogs we picked. I mean, guess how many underdogs we picked today?
How many?
4.
2. Bengals plus 102. A lot of great juice on that one.
Yep, juice.
And we got Colts plus 180. Oof.
Who else do you like though? There's so many awful football
No, it's
teams.
terrible. The only thing I would sprinkle Seahawks because I could see them beating the Niners. Falcons plus 102 doesn't help us, but I think they're going to win the game. Chiefs would be a great dog for a lot of people, but I think the Bills are going to win. Bears
Honestly, I
plus
hate to say it,
220
yeah.
is a little interesting.
Home divisional dog
Yeah,
always.
needing something to give them some life. You
I mean,
know?
they get back to like we keep feeling like the Bears are out of it. Like if they win today, they're 5-5.
I know. I think Eberflus. When is he getting fired? Will he get fired at all this year? If
He
They
Yeah,
have
get fired
never
a week
fired
ago.
a coach in season.
I've heard that.
Never.
Maybe it's time to start.
No shit.
Maybe it's time to start. KH says I got Lions, Niners, Texans at plus 101. All money line. That's pretty chalk, but I mean, hey.
I mean, hey,
should
you
hit.
get plus odds.
I think
on-
Seattle might give you a little sweat. That's just my. I don't know. They always play up to the Niners. I feel like.
He is right. Bears have like a gauntlet coming up, but I just mean like in the locker room, right? Like they're not
Yeah,
they're not
I'm with
statistically
you.
out of it. Like if they could just string together a couple wins,
For sure.
they're out of it if they lose today though.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Looking at the bet wall, I don't think I've gone to this cam in a bit. Let's take a look. Oh, it's offline. Maybe. Hold on. Let's see if we can find it back. The other camera we have that shows the bet wall. There we go. Give a little view of some of our parlays that may still be alive. We got. Let's go to the Big Web parlay here on the far left. And Big Web. I mean, I think this one's done, my guy. 298 pays 50,000. We got Texans, yes. Falcons, yes. Eagles, yes. Niners, yes. Bears, hell no. Dolphins, hell no. Chiefs, yes.
You have to make it sound so like, hell no.
Well, no, it is. It's just a fact. I'm not trying to be a dick. It's a fact.
He gave you 2 dooms.
Yes. Sorry, man.
Well, if you want to see a couple, we got some here.
Let's get to hold on. Figure out the bet wall.
Oh, sorry.
This is the show parlay that actually looks pretty damn good. Falcons, Texans, Lions, Niners, Chiefs.
You know what who I still think's alive, and I remember us doing the show preseason. We had a debate about this.
Yeah.
I liked the Bucks. A lot of people in this room like the Falcons.
Yeah.
Bucks have kind of like we thought they were gonna be out of it by default with all the injuries.
Right.
Dude, they're hanging around. If the Falcons mess
Baker's
around
kinda
and lose
legit.
another game or two,
That's
like
the
if
one
they
I'm worried
lose
about.
today, watch out.
That's the one I'm worried about. My Bo Nix offensive rookie of the year one's not looking fantastic. But, he's still in it. If he has a good game today, I hope he doesn't. But if he does, it's great for that bet. Lions to score a rushing touchdown every single game. I mention it every show. It's my favorite bet of all time. Still alive. Let's fucking go.
It's awesome.
Lions.
I
Make
wish
it
I could
happen.
have tailed that, man.
Dude, it's so much fun. It's just.
If I had a number, and it was a member of one of the books, I would have tailed that.
Oh my
so
God,
hard.
it's so much fun. McConkey, get off the text line, Noah. Jesus, he sent 85 questions. McConkey. All right, let's continue. Lions Super Bowl champs, 84 to 1,000. I like that one. I'm getting a payout, by the way, offer on both the Super Bowl bet and the rushing touchdown bet. No, but the Super Bowl bet and the division winner parlay.
What's the payout looking like right now?
It's like I think $80 profit on both of them, like
Okay.
each. So not too bad. I mean, I'm halfway through the season, so you never know. This one's done. $10 to pay $1,200. Dolphins, Colts, Bucks, Lions. See you later. And this one, I just want to zoom in real quick to show that
He
I
wants
bet
to zoom in.
Big Web and Nick on this one. I have a clip I can show later too. TJ bets Nick and Big Web. Steelers will have a better record than the Bears. I get 3-1 odds, so I'll get a nice $60 from each of them if that continues. Looking
that
pretty good. Looking pretty good.
I don't want the Bears to win this week, so no discussion on that.
All right. And here's our wonderful studio view you can see here on YouTube. Appreciate you guys tuning in here on this Sunday, Week 11 of the NFL. We'll answer a few more questions, and obviously we'll get to Big Web's best bet of the week before we wrap things up here on this Sunday. But again, make sure you follow us everywhere on the website, WeberContent.com. You can check out Weber Bets. You can check out TJ Weber Show's still kind of alive. Not doing too much on that yet, but you can give the podcast a follow. But also, from the 50, all of our channels, make sure to check it out and give us a follow and subscriptions. Big Web, your best bet of the week. What do we got this week?
Best bet of the week is exciting, man. There's some stuff happening on the best bet of the week, and it involves just a couple teams.
All right.
So what we have is the Cleveland Browns minus 1.5 points. I really like that game down in New Orleans. We talked about the Ravens Steelers. I like the fact that there's going to be a lot of points scored in that game. I bought it down to 42.5. And the Green Bay Packers, look, you're going to like this. It's not 6. I bought it down to 2.5, less than a field goal.
Got to do it.
Those three teams plus 303. 100 pays 403.
Okay. Yeah, sorry we haven't had a lot of time to put videos together for the last couple weeks, but I know, if you check in on Sundays, Big Web's got his plays all the time, so make sure you check it out. And where are we at money-wise this year on profitability?
Well, we are down a touch.
Just a touch.
Just a touch, but we're there. Here we go. Just real quick.
Yeah.
We have. Let's see. We're down 256.
256.
Right.
Okay.
We're
turn that
wagering
around.
100. We're wagering 100 this week to win 403.
The Vikings last week. I'll defend Big
Thank
Web
you.
for just
Thank
a
you.
second.
It was
I mean,
tough. Yes, it was tough.
that should have been a hit last week. I mean,
He threw 3
just
interceptions
brutal.
inside the red zone.
Yeah.
Were they all 3 inside the red zone? I knew
There was
for
at least
sure
two.
of
There was
them
at least
were,
2 of
like,
them for sure.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, he was bad.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wolfgang says, love a football Sunday where my birds can't wreck my emotional state. Yeah, Eagles won on Thursday night, so can't ruin a Sunday. There you go. And they won. They're
They look
looking
good.
pretty good so far.
They look good.
Let's see. Listen to Dad or he's going to cash out. It's from Billy Hoare. I don't understand
We're
the
talking
reference.
about the cash out with the Lions. I think that was what he was wondering.
Oh, he's saying I should cash out? Oh, I'm confused. Or he's going to cash out. I don't know. Whatever, Billy. Debo or Ridley from Decor?
Debo.
Ridley's looked pretty good with Levis.
Has looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Debo's
Vikings defense.
you got to go
though,
with Debo. You got to go with Debo.
going against Vikings defense and no Kittle today for
Yes.
the Niners.
Okay,
so
that's huge. Thank you, Zook, for that because that changed my mind. Yeah, Debo for sure. And he's full point PPR. I like that a lot. Pitts or Andrews today? It's from Joe.
Andrews,
go.
I think.
I go Pitts.
Would you?
I feel like he's been inconsistent and going back to his
They
old
bo-
ways
they
and not
both-
scoring.
They both
Yeah.
have been.
It's just a weaker defense. I think right now is the Ravens though. He's up against.
Ryan says Russell Wilson over 1.5 passing touchdowns? Question mark.
Maybe.
All right. I'm gonna say.
I'll say yes.
No.
I'll say yes.
Is Najee back today?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he was hurt last week or got hurt.
Yeah, but I think he's going to play.
Okay.
He was like limited this week, but going to play.
I'm definitely gonna say under. Then I think they'll run the ball with him a lot in the red zone. Blitzed says thoughts on Drake May's future. It's year 1. He's got a shot. We'll see what happens.
He was my favorite quarterback in the draft coming out. So
Yeah.
Gruden says he's going to be a rock star on Barstool.
Gruden just signed with Barstool as a content guy.
Yep, he told him. He said, don't worry about May. He's going to be a rock star.
You know, the last guy to sign a former coach, or I guess a big-time football guy that signed with Barstool was Deion Sanders, who also got a coaching job after that. I wonder if that's Gruden's idea to
He wants
get back in the media and then, maybe try to get a coaching job. There's been rumors that teams are interested in him, and there's rumors that he wants back in. So I don't know. I don't know what all that stuff that happened, what's going on with all that, but something to follow for sure. Nick Malone on YouTube says, what's going on with Amon-Ra? Should be 25-plus a game. I drafted him 6th overall. Still been great, but need more. J-Mo's been the guy. So here's the thing. It's been run first with Monty and Gibbs, no doubt. That's what Campbell wants to do. Opens up play action. And the guy who's getting a lot of the play action deep balls when he's, playing in the game is J-Mo. So that's been taking options away from St. Brown, but he's been pretty consistent. I mean, he's getting his opportunities. He's one of the best receivers in the league, and I think defenses also know that. So that's why the Lions' offense has been so good, because there's so many weapons that they can't guard everybody, and they're going to double the best receiver on the team sometimes, and there you go. That's the reason. But, Lions don't need to throw to them as much as they used to, because there's a lot of people making plays on that team. So that's what's going on. Ben says, I know this game is tomorrow, but should I play Schultze or Fergie tomorrow?
Oh, that's tough.
I would go Ferguson probably. Yeah. I haven't checked who Cooper Rush is throwing to besides CD last week.
Cooper looked like
the
shit,
fucking
though.
other team is who he's throwing to.
Right. Yeah. I guess I go Schultz. on that one.
I would go Ferguson. I always feel like backup quarterbacks, especially immobile ones like Rush, like they love checking down to the tight end.
Yeah, for sure.
If it's PPR, it's like you would think he's a better fantasy player in a nutshell, I would say.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I think I'd probably go Fergie.
Yeah, I like that.
Texans don't feel like they ever throw it to him, right?
I know they've been weird with him, and Nico's back. He was so good with Dallas, and then I feel like the first year with the Texans he was good. Since then, I think this is year 3 with them, and he just hasn't been around.
Yeah, I had him last year, and he didn't seem to do much.
Yeah,
yeah. I was so surprised when the Cowboys didn't re-sign him.
Yeah,
he was so good.
Right.
Then they got Ferguson, who's better.
Yeah, right. Probably less money too after he got his deal. All right, that'll do it, guys, for Week 11. Boys, anything else before we wrap it up?
Go Pack, go, baby.
I agree with you on that one, baby. Go Pack, go today.
Good luck, everybody. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna just say my parlay. Our TikTok shut down because what an app. But let me go over my parlay for everybody, just because I was kind of teasing that earlier. So this is the FNA parlay presented by Flag and Anthem that hit last week. We have 4 legs plus 465. I know Big Web already hates it because I'm starting out with Rams money line, Baltimore money line under 47.5 in the Browns and Saints game, and Falcons plus 3.5 against Denver. That's $30 to pay $169.67.
I don't mind that.
We both could win.
Both could win. That's why I like the Falcons at 3.5. I don't love them lower. That's why I changed the Cincy on my double up. But
all right, Clark.
Yeah,
see what you got, bro.
We'll see what happens.
Go get him.
Go get him, Clark.
TJ's gonna roast you. I have a feeling if you do not hit.
Absolutely. I said in the press conference this last week, you lose one, you're done. So, he changed the backdrop on me, put Clark bets instead of Weber bets. He's an asshole. So, we'll see what happens. If he keeps winning, the people want to keep winning, so I understand. But hopefully, hopefully we can just, I don't know. I'm all about the people. I don't like Clark, but if he's going to win for the people, I want the people to win. So
I don't like Clark.
We'll see what happens. Okay, boys, anything else?
Clark's a pompous ass.
I agree with that.
Just bet the doghouse today.
All right, that'll do it, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Once again, check us out, webercontent.com/from-the50 for all of our links for Nick Yale. Just muted the show, so nobody heard that. So, again, next week, full panel. Me, Big Web, Zook, Nick Yale, possibly Ace. So, first time in studio, all of us, in quite some time. So, it'll be fun, so make sure you check it out. But it'll be a fun time. Everybody have a great day. Enjoy your Week 11. Go win some money.
Peace.